Good morning, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of Morning Mind Up with Trie. I'm your host, Trie, and this is where we get to spill some of our thoughts, share our stories, and, well, dump whatever's on our mind to clear the mental clutter. Whether you're grounding your feet into the earth or simply grounding your thoughts for the day, I'm here for it. Just a quick reminder, everything I share here is just one perspective. My personal take on life, art, and all things mindful. You might vibe with it or you might not, and that's totally cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. So if anything I say sparks something in you, let's keep the conversation going. Connect with me on social media and let's chat calmly, rationally, and with good vibes only. We can always learn from each other, right? Good morning and good evening. My name is Trie. Excuse me. This is my third attempt, and hopefully I will be able to get this working. I have a beautiful backdrop, so you don't see my bed. And I apologize for the noise. I can't control the traffic. It's about 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and I just wanted to clear the air and clear my brain and talk about something that is on my mind right now and has been for a while. So let's empty the brain and dive into the stuff that, we don't like to talk about. Today's mind dump question is a really juicy one. And I know we've all been there, and I've been there. I know I've been there. All right, here it is. How long can somebody really shut another person out? Traffic is so bad. How long can somebody shut someone else out before they finally open up to them? Like, spill the truth, spill their feelings, take the plunge, show vulnerability. Just let the other person know what's going on. Why do we have to be so scared? Why do we have to hold back? Why do we have to be afraid of the, breaking my heart? Oh, my heart's gonna hurt. So what? Like, it's not literally gonna break. So why are we so scared to break our hearts by not speaking the truth? I don't know why. I've just been thinking about this, and it's like somebody taking a beach ball and put it underwater, and when you hold it under there, like, you hold it under there and then you let it go, and it's like, right? It's not gonna stay under the water forever, right? So the same with our feelings. Like, why can't we just let them surface? And I know it's not graceful. We like to be in control. Some of us like to be in more control than others of the situations, and don't want to, for whatever reason, like, obviously there's trauma involved or past hurt, the reason why somebody wouldn't want to open up, right? Just like that ball, like you hide it under that water, and then it pops up, and then all of a sudden, like, all this truth spills out, and it might get a little messy or whatever, or not very graceful, but like, it's a relief, right? So let's talk about why people shut others out. We think we're protecting ourselves, right? Like, maybe if we don't let them see what's going on inside, then they won't judge us. They can't hurt us. We gotta keep it all together, or, we can't like this person because my family won't approve, or my friends won't approve. Meanwhile, like, you really like that person, right? Like, you connect with that person, but you're so worried about what other people are going to think about the relationship, whether it's like a different race, different sex, or different ages, lots of different factors that come into play. We figure, like, maybe if we don't let them see us, the real us, what's going inside, then they can't judge us. and we tell ourselves, I'm just going to handle it this way. This is the best way. Just don't say anything. There's always somebody else, which is true. We have more than one soulmate, so more than one person that we're going to connect with, but you might miss out on a really good one. So by not speaking up, I know, because there were times I just didn't want to in the past speak up, and then I realized one day I wanted to speak up, and then I got rejected, which probably means that I was just protected, right? But at least I told my truth, or I thought anyway. Let's see if this is still going on here. Really hope this is recording. So we don't tell people our feelings, and that means that we're putting up walls, right? We think it's boundaries, but it's really like a wall, a protection, because we're afraid of being vulnerable or not being in control of our feelings. Like, if the feelings are too intense, and I know because I'm finally calm now, but there was a moment where feelings were really intense with a person. I felt so connected, and I really was like a crazy person. I noticed that now, okay, and I totally own up to that, but it's just because I didn't understand it. Like, I never felt a deep connection with somebody like that. So when feelings are so intense and we can't like rationalize it, I know that, I could see why somebody would withdraw and hold back because of their being afraid, right? And so when we do this, we like bottle all the shit up, and we're afraid to share, and it festers. It just festers, and we feel like a big heavy weight on our shoulders. That ball of emotions, it gets hard, and it holds us down, right? Here's a twist. Although, when we do open up, and when we can finally give ourselves permission to be genuine and let someone in, the whole world feels lighter, like magic. So yeah, I had a connection with somebody, and like I said, I opened up, and it was like a relief. It's like, okay, now the ball is in this person's court, right? And yes, I got rejected. It's getting easier and easier to deal with that, but anyway, that's for another episode. But being genuine, giving ourselves permission to let people in, and then you can just like exhale, and because you've been holding in your breath for too long, and the person waiting is probably wanting the real you. Well, I'm sure they're wanting the real you. Are they ready? Are they ready to understand, to support, to be by your side, to be a friend? Like, for me, what I want in a relationship is somebody that's going to be my best friend, I want somebody to be my best friend first, and then I can trust that person, and, and be vulnerable and let them in that way. And all of that takes time. It's not going to happen right away. So, now that we dipped our toes in the waters of vulnerability, let's explore why it's so freaking hard to open up in the first place. We all have reasons why. You ever feel like you're carrying a backpack full of rocks, and when you're trying to share your feelings, it's like you want to, but something holds you back. And so let's go through the reasons why we could be held back from that. Okay, we got fear of judgment, obviously. This one's a biggie because we often worry about how others perceive us and judge us. And it's like we have an internal critic screaming, like, what if they think I'm ridiculous? Okay, it's crazy. And I don't care anymore. Like, so that's not my thought anymore. But I know how that was. Being judged can create a solid wall to keep your feelings tucked away. I get that. Another reason could be vulnerability. Open up requires a level of vulnerability that people are like think it's risky. It's risky. Like, you don't want people to know everything about you. Sometimes people like to keep like be in control, right? What if we fall? What if we're standing on a cliff and we jump off or get ready to jump off? Are we gonna get hurt? Right? Yes, we will if we jump off without a parachute. But feelings, you get hurt, you move on, right? It's just a temporary thing. So fear keeps us from feeling and taking that leap of faith of honesty. If you're here and tell me you're here, or if you're not live later on and you're watching this, tell me where you're from. I would like to know. Yeah, we just need to take a leap of faith because we could be really happy. So, third thing, let me take a drink. Excuse me. While the traffic goes by. Past experiences. That's a big one, right? That can haunt us if we've had negative experiences like betrayal or ridicule, or we have a hard time trusting again. Old wounds, they act like a shield. We put up boundaries, we put up walls, making it tough to let anyone in. And I've been really trying not to do that myself. Am I guarded in a way? Yeah. I mean, my divorce was traumatic because I didn't think that it was going to end that way. Although I did have a premonition the night before. So that's another story. But anyway, premonition, maybe I shouldn't have shared it because it came to fruition that night. Did I manifest it? No. But okay, so here we are. This is me being vulnerable, speaking my truth, how I'm feeling. And yeah, I mean, it's been 4 years since my divorce. I have not dated. Well, I guess I was seeing somebody for 2 weeks. It ended as quickly as it started. Absolutely no regrets because I opened my heart and I was vulnerable. This person was vulnerable too. And I don't know if it was manipulation. I really felt like he was real and telling the truth and sharing himself with me. And that's what made him attractive. Like, I never experienced that before in a relationship. So there was a lot of good things that happened in those 2 weeks that I never had before in another relationship. But then he ghosted me. And then I messaged him and I said, by the way, this is my closure because I don't just have one night stands. I'm not a serial dater. When I date somebody, it's going to be, it always has been something that I absolutely knew I wanted it to go further than, just a date. So, me old fashioned. But so I always like feel out people before and be friends with them first before I decide that, yeah, we're going to go out on a date. And usually had turned into a long-term relationships. So, yeah, vulnerability, past experiences. It's tough to let someone in, but you never know if you don't try. So, you just have to keep trying. And is my heart going to get hurt? I look at things now as lessons, experiences. So another reason why we can't open up is because could be cultural or social norms, In some cultures, showing emotion is frowned upon. Excuse me. We might have been grown up in environments where discussing feelings is not okay. It's not encouraged. I think for men, being vulnerable shows weakness, so that might be a reason why a guy wouldn't open up, and I get that. So I always consider that. I've had expectations in the past because I was hoping that the people would be exactly how I envisioned them, or I see the potential in people, and sometimes I see more potential in them than they even have of themselves. But yeah, I mean, I understand that, it would make it easy to feel isolated and stuck if you weren't encouraged as a child or adult or whatever to open up and be vulnerable. What are we down? 5. I have 9 reasons. All right. So number 5, we might be uncertain about feelings, right? Sometimes we're not even sure how we feel. So how can we explain it? I've been there. Oh my God, this one, totally, I can relate to this one. Okay. You have these feelings, you don't know why, you don't even know the person. You're like, why do I have this strong connection? I've never had it before with anybody. They're not even they're not even flirting with you or anything like that. It's like, but you're just like, right? Hooked. So this can cause hesitation before anything even gets started. Oh my God. That was a crazy one. All right, number 6, fear of burdening others. So we often worry that sharing our problems with other people is going to weigh them down. I don't want, so, you might think, oh, I don't want to make that person's day worse. Like my life is so chaotic. I think that's the reason why I'm not in a relationship right now, is I haven't really tried, because I've just been kind of like finding my way, finding my place, finding my purpose. And like, I feel like I found my purpose. And right now I have this wonderful space, and it's been a couple days and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have my own space. It's been a while. I mean, I did like living mobile, don't get me wrong, but having a space to come back to and not being cramped up in a car has been really fun and really exciting. And now I'm starting to get routine. And anyway, it's not about me. This is about feelings. So yeah, we don't want to burden people with our lives and stuff like that. So get involved with somebody when you know your life is chaotic or whatever, or you're fearful that they're going to judge you, would make you not want to open up, right? Number 7 could be low self-esteem. We've all struggled with feelings about ourselves and feelings that, you know, aren't valid. Sometimes opening up could feel pointless. Like, why would they even care? Or maybe I'm not good enough, or again, back to judgments and stuff. So, yeah, self esteem. Number 8, difficulty in communication. Some of us aren't great at verbalizing our thoughts. The more I talk and I do this, I feel like I'm getting better. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I always felt like I had a hard time speaking my truth, or getting the words from my head out. Like just a few hours ago, I had a conversation with my uncle, and I could feel the tension between us, and he was taking my words in a way that was not the way I intended. And he's like, well, that's what you said, and that's what you said. And I'm like, hold on a second, okay? Like, I didn't feel like I needed to say this to my friends and family who know me and known me my whole life, but I just learned this about myself. And so I think I haven't been diagnosed with dyslexia, but I'm pretty sure that I have that. And so when I speak, and this is just me therapizing myself, thank you, Allison, for that word. But I think whatever's in my head comes out jumbled. And so some people might, I know, have taken things the wrong way. But I'm not going to sit there and have a conversation with somebody and like stop for like 10 minutes to unfigure it out and then, say it to them. So I now try to, like, if I notice somebody is like taking my words the wrong way, I'll say it again and hope that I clarified it. So like this afternoon, like I said something to my uncle. He was like freaking out, and I was like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, and I said, oh, I'm just saying this. And he goes, that's not what you said. And I'm like, well, this is what I meant. So for me, I have to repeat things several times so that it comes out the right way. And hopefully all of this is coming out the right way. But anyway, that's why I have to have notes, because I have to try to keep organized here and on schedule, because I don't know, but I'm like half an hour. I really can't keep these small because they're just so deep, right? So self-esteem, communication, and the last one that I have is, how many people do we know? It's a protective mechanism, right? We put up the walls, way to protect ourselves, keep emotions bottled up, and we feel safer and maintain that control that I was talking about. Even though the control is heavy, it's like, I can handle it this way. I don't want to let anybody in, so I'm going to put up that wall, and like, you're not going to tell me how to feel. Oh, gosh. It's all, like, relationships are complicated. Platonic or romantic. All of this can be in any relationship that we have. Work, family, whatever. So there you have it. All of these are barriers that can make it feel like we're scaling a mountain just to share a piece of our truth. But there's one thing. Understanding these obstacles is the first step in overcoming them, right? Acknowledgement before we can heal or fix it or change and evolve into being a better person for ourselves and for other people. Communication, when we can recognize what's holding us back, we can dismantle our walls and create a safe space for ourselves and others. It's okay to be vulnerable. I want all the men out there to know, who haven't grown up in a household, that you're not a man, you stop your crying or whatever, you can't feel emotions. I want you to know that it's okay. Like, and us women, we really think that's cool. So I encourage all men to open up, and women, open up. Be vulnerable, speak your truth, tell people how you feel. There are certain circumstances when you can't tell somebody how you feel because of other obstacles out of your control. But that just means that it's not the right time. And in due time, then eventually you can. So remember, opening up is not just about you. It's about building connection with people and understanding and creating a world where we can be a little more genuine and more loving and a heck of a lot happier if we just speak our truth and speak our feelings and be vulnerable. So today's poll question is, hope I do this right. Dun, 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 dun. What is the longest you've ever held back before letting someone into your in on your true feelings? Was it hours, days, weeks, years? Be brave. Tell me what happened. What was holding you back? Share in the comments. Nobody's in the live stream. That's fine. No, nobody's there. I want to hear your stories. I mean, I was vulnerable. I opened up to you. Be nice. You vulnerable and open up to me. Let's have a conversation. We need to talk about it again. We can. I think this will be posted in YouTube. Yeah. Tell me. I have an inspirational quote, and this is it. Alright. So, the dump quote is, Morning Mind dump quote, tell the truth or someone will tell it for you. Think about that one. Tell the truth or someone will tell for you. The truth always has a way of popping back up. out of the water. And so maybe it's time to just let it go, let it flow, and speak your own truth and be vulnerable and let the person hear it from you, not somebody else. Okay, so that's it for today. Not too bad. Under an hour. I think my time has been like 45 minutes, 40 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm like just on over 40 minutes. Thank you for listening. If you've listened to all of this so far, this is my dump. I think it's very intriguing why people just don't tell their feelings. I mean, I know, but we just need to practice it more, me included. So thank you for tuning in today and listening to my truth with me. And I hope you share. I will be looking forward to any stories, or if you want to private message me and we can have a chat too. I'm okay with that too. Remember, being real isn't about you, not just you. It's about creating a space where we can all be genuine and more loving and more happier if we just open up and be vulnerable and not, I mean, like, of course, if shit has happened to us, trauma has happened to us in the past, that's still part of us, but we don't have to let that be our story for the rest of our lives, right? If you want to be with somebody and you don't want to be alone, that's not even it. If you want a relationship with somebody, you have to open up and you have to be honest. And it's so much better when you can be that with that person that you're with, because otherwise you're just holding in all these feelings and you don't speak, and like there's just a constant pressure on your shoulders, and that's not fun. You should be able to say, hey, I'm feeling like this today. What can we do about it? I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to speak your truth. Love with all you got. Leave a little space in there for some magic to happen. I'm doing that. I'm trying anyway. I obviously need to get out more. But I'm too busy doing this. So, kidding. Yeah. Anybody wanna chat about this? Feel free. Share. Maybe it will help somebody else out. Much love and hugs. Have a good night. Bye. Stop it. All right, my beautiful souls, that's a wrap for today's morning mind dump. If you're feeling it, don't forget to check out the poll question for today's episode. I'd love to know your thoughts and keep the conversation flowing. If you enjoyed hanging out with me this morning, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming mind dumps. And hey, if you want to say hi, be a guest, come find me on social media. Let's connect, share ideas, and keep the good energy going. Until next time, stay grounded, stay creative, and keep dumping that mind clutter. Much love and hug. Have a great day.